There's a bit fizzy. So, it's November. It is the first Wednesday of November, so that makes it the really should 7th of November. And here we are. It's been less than a month since my last confession. And as promised, I'm back. We're doing videos. So the reason we're doing more videos is because I quit my job. Yay! Which is a good thing. I worked in a bank, in one of the bigger banks in our country, and I decided I didn't want to work for a bank anymore. I wanted to work for myself, which is what I'm doing, and spend more time with my family, my son, and my husband. So that's great. So that means more time for stitching and other things that feed my soul. So, even though it's been less than a month, I've got a couple of things to show you. And I've got a finish to show you, and I've got a rack to show you, which actually just turned up today. And I've only looked at it once, and so we're kind of going to look at it again together and discover what's there. And it's really exciting and lovely. So that's really exciting, isn't it? It's raining here, which is great because we are in a drought here in Australia, and we've had 2 days of really good rain, and my lawn is looking happy, my trees that I planted are looking happy, my passion fruit vine is growing about that much a day. Anyway, so that's nice. So we'll start with the finish. So you know, I've been doing these little Mill Hill starts for the first of the month. This is the one I started for November, and it's the 7th, and I've already finished it. I finished it on the 5th. So this is Russell, Red Wagon by Mill Hill that the delicious Sandra sent to me. Thanks, Sandra. So I stitched this one up. Here she is. Isn't that cute? Hey? So there's a couple of things with this that I've not done before. Firstly, this here, this little present is stitched separate, and then you cut it out and you stitch it onto the wagon. So it's like a little 3D effect. I've never done that before on a Mill Hill, but a few of them you do. My friend Julie stitched one last month for October, and it had the same thing. It was a stocking, it had things in it. Anyway, so that was cute. And up the top of the present, up here, these are little bead loop things, right? So there's like, I don't know if you can see, but there's 5 beads on a loop. God, my nails look terrible. Don't look at my nails. So they're little loops of beads on the top to make it look like a bow. So that's pretty cute. And look at the little teddy charm. Isn't that adorable? And I stitched my son's name on the side, Alex. I got that tip from Stephanie, Ms. Oh So Crafty, on hers when she stitched it. She stitched her son Oliver's name on the side, which was a brilliant idea. Thanks, Steph. So that is my 1st of November, Mill Hill started and completed. So good. Done. Tick it off. So we, as in Julie and I, are starting another one on the 1st of December. So if you want to join in on a Mill Hill stitch along, it's a good excuse to pull out the little Mill Hill kits. They're fun. Little ones like this take about a week or more, depending on how much time you have. There are some bigger ones as well, which will take longer, but it's just a good excuse. Why not? So 1st of December, or frankly, whenever you want, stitch a Mill Hill with me. The one that I'm going to start on the 1st of December is this one, and it's going to take a little bit of brain power. Pull it out. I've got to think about it. So it's this one here that I'm going to be starting. So this is Tiny Treasured Diamond Royal Orchid. So it's like a little pillow ornament thing. So there's going to be some new things in that, like these little beaded tassels. That'll be new. So it comes with a piece of even weave in a lovely mauve colour. So basically this is going to be the front. Could be quite big, I'm not sure. So this will be the front like that. That'll be the front of the diamond. And then the back of the diamond, there's stitching on there too. So, so that'll be cool. So there's 2 packets of beads, slightly different mauves and turquoises, which is an awesome combination. Really pretty. And then there are a couple of, I guess they're called treasures. These are the ones. You see those? They're like little diamond-shaped crystally things. They call them, yeah, treasures. Rondel amethyst and dark lavender. Oh no, that's the floss. Anyway, and there's the floss. Beautiful colours. So that's going to be fun. So I need to sort of have a little bit of a ponder on that, because on the fabric I've got the edge right over here. So I can't stitch on this bit. So I'm going to have to centre it. Hopefully that's big enough. I'm sure it will be. So that's the fabric I've got to stitch on. Anyway, so I'll start that one on the 1st of December after I've had a little bit of a ponder about it. We'll go from there. The one that I started on the 1st of October was this one. I showed this in my last video, so I'll give you a little update on where I'm at with this one. So this is obviously bigger than these size mill hills, so it's got a lot more beads in it, a lot more stitching. It's taken me a lot longer. I've pretty much worked exclusively on this throughout October, plus a little bit on my ship, which I'll show you. So this is where we're at with barbershop, right? And this is where I'm at. So I've finished all the stitching. Last time you saw it, I hadn't finished in here. I hadn't done this side bit here. I hadn't done the snowflakes around the edge, which is all stitching. I hadn't done any of that. So I've finished all the stitching and all the back stitch, and I've started on the beads up here on the roof. So I'll show you that. So I'm using to attach my beads, and I'm not sure I'm happy with this decision, but I'm started, so we're going to keep going. I'm using Nymo thread for attaching my beads. Now on the Mill Hill kits, they will suggest the floss colour to use to attach your beads, and that's what I did with this one. Let me show you. So on this one here, I use the same, I used the floss colour suggested to attach the beads. So on these red beads on here on the present, you can see I've used a red floss. Okay? But on this one, even though that's what it suggested, I decided to be different and use Nymo thread instead. So Nymo thread is, it's a great thread for beading. It's a little translucent. I mean, it looks white on the screen here, but it's kind of like dental floss. It looks like dental floss. So it's a little translucent. It's not a solid white, and it's not as tricky to use as invisible thread. It's quite easy to use. Invisible thread, I have tried, and it's so slippery, that little sucker. I couldn't do it. So this is my alternative, is Nymo thread. Now, I think the biggest problem that I've got with using this is that I'm doing it with 2 strands because I like the loop start, right? But I think that's not a great idea because it's a little thick, and I'm having a bit of difficulty getting it through the petite size beads, which are the white ones, which are the ones up here in the snow here. The Nymo going through 2 strands is a bit tight, and some of the beads don't work, and I just toss them. So hopefully I've got enough white beads. So the reason I'm using Nymo is because I didn't want to keep changing the colour of thread that I was using. I was like, oh, well, there's so many beads in this, I'll just use Nymo and I can just do the beads as I go. I don't have to go, I'll do all the blue ones and then I'll do all the white ones and then I'll do the gold ones, whatever. So I kind of regret doing that because I should have either used 1 strand of Nymo, the floss colour suggested, or the other thing you can do when you're beading is actually match the fabric colour. And I did that when I stitched Celtic Christmas. Celtic Christmas was stitched on exactly the same fabric here, which is 28 count mushroom Lugana. and I used a DMC colour I can't think of now. It was one of the 3000s, I think, that was basically the same colour as Mushroom Lugana, so just a light beige. So that's what I used for Celtic Christmas to stitch, and it was just easy. But I think with this, because the beads are in amongst stitching of the same colour, I think I probably should have just used the same colour as the floss colour. But anyway, whatever. I mean, you can't really, can you see the 90 there? I don't know, but who cares? Whatever. Doesn't matter. All learning, isn't it? It's all just learning for the next time I do something, I might do it differently. But still, I love this thing. It's looking so damn cute. Now, you're probably going to ask what these are. These are the best thing. These are tacky needle minders, but I don't use them to mind my needles. I use them to mind my beads. So they're tacky, like a tacky bob. If you haven't already seen these, which most of you have, but if you're watching this and you haven't seen these before, so this is a tacky bob. God, I can't think of a word. And these are all the beads for this, but I'm transferring them onto these little mini ones while I'm stitching that colour, because it's just easy, especially when you're using a Q-snap. You know, you can just bead off there, straight in, bead off there, straight in, and it's great. And they stay on there really well. See, they're not coming off. So I got 3 of these, and I'll put the name of the store down here. She has a Facebook page and I believe an Etsy store, but I'll put all the information down here where you can buy these tacky bob needle minders. Fabulous. She's in the UK. Yeah, or you can buy these, which they're like a little mini CD case, and on both sides it's tacky. So your beads can stay on there, and you can also just use these beads straight off there. It's just easier on the Q-snap to use that. Yeah, so this is one bag and this is the other bag, so I'm trying to separate. Anyway, and they just all live happily in there. So that is where my barbershop's at. So these are the 3 projects that I've worked on since I spoke to you last. So I finished off the wagon, I've been working on my barbershop, and I've done a bit more work. I just need to take these off here. Oh, someone asked me if that was a magnetic needle threader. It's just a needle threader on a magnet. This is one I got off. My nails are terrible. So self-conscious. This is a needle minder that I got off Tash, Star-Cross Stitcher, when I caught up with her in Mittagong in May. I love it. So cute. Drinking from flasks or bottles in public, prohibited by law. All bottles of liquor on the floor, tables or under the tablecloth will be confiscated. Thank you for your cooperation, the management. Yeah, but the needle minder's metal, so it just sticks to my needle minder. Anyway, I'm just taking the pattern off my chart. Don't want to show you that, do I? Back to my WIP. So this is the ship that I've been working on. So this is HMS Serious by Allura Design. They're Australian, but I don't think they're still in production. Maybe they are. Let me know. Anyway, so since I saw you last, I've done a little bit. Now let me see if I can actually line this up with the camera this time. There we go. Trying to see what you're seeing. So since I saw you last, I have worked on, I did a bit more on the, sorry, it's a bit cumbersome, the masks, these bits, the browns and the dark grey down here. So I've sort of done a bit more on there. Not a lot. I've been trying to concentrate on my mill hills, so I haven't done too much on this, but still loving it. I'm actually really looking forward to getting my floor stand from Easy Stitch, which I paid for today, because I really want to work on the floor stand with that piece. So I'm holding off because it's just going to be great. Can't wait to get it. Anyway, so Serious is still coming along. Still love it. The lambs wool is working out really good with the beeswax still. So that's really good, which is a perfect segue into my rack. So after I posted my last video about the beeswax that I'm using on that piece, I had a message from a fellow Aussie stitcher, Rachel. Hi, Rachel. And Rachel said to me that she had ordered some beeswax after seeing my video, and she ordered a bunch of it, and she managed to get a lighter colour than what I had. Do I have my, let's say a comparison. Yes, I do. So she ordered a lighter beeswax colour from these guys. You see that? You see that? Yeah. So she ordered from those people a lighter, and they're bigger blocks too. And she sent me some because she said, I'm never going to use all of these. They smell beautiful. So she said, I would like to send you some of this beeswax for you to try because it's lighter in colour and maybe it doesn't affect the thread colour. I still don't think it's affecting that thread colour, which is great. So this is my one. It's quite yellow. And it's the same mould. Oh, can you tell? It's a bit lighter. Almost the same mould. It is lighter. It is definitely lighter. It's a real, just a soft yellow. This is like a honey yellow. This is like a really soft yellow. Like it really does look lighter. Don't know. Can you tell? Yeah, you can. You can tell the difference in the colour. So this is the one that I bought, and that's the one that Rachel sent me. So they are lighter. And they're thicker too. Look at the size of these. So that is amazing. Thanks, Rachel. I am rich in beeswax, which is great because I love it, and it does smell beautiful. Just the softest, lightest honey smell, not strong, just really just a beautiful light scent. So it's lovely. So if you want to get on the beeswax bandwagon, please do. I think it's great. And it's so cheap. It's so cheap. So it's a great. So Rachel sent me that. That's what she wrote to me. She said, hey, I want to send you this. I was like, that's really nice of you. Well, she was a bit naughty because that's not all she sent. So I just got home from the supermarket and from going to reading groups at my son's kindergarten, and there was a package, and I could see that it was addressed to Pyrex Stitches, which is cute. And I thought, there's more than beeswax in that. There's a lot more than beeswax in that. Rachel gave me Christmas early because this is pretty exciting. Now, I've only looked through this once quickly before I had lunch, and I'm looking at it again now. So in this bag, not only is there this beeswax, which there's 1, 2, 3, another 7 blocks, right? There's that. There's all this other stuff. There is a thread organizer, which I love these things. I love thread organizers. I have 2. Are they here? No, they're in my other project. DMC ones, and I use them all the time. They're bloody handy. They're so good for mill hills, for example, because your mill hill kit, and I'm going to use this on this one. I'm going to use this thread organizer because your mill hill comes with, as I showed you, you just get your little bundle of floss, right? And in this one, I don't know how many colours are in this, probably not many. Floss. Oh, there's only 2. No, there's 3 colours there. I can see there's 3. Dark lavender, green. Must be something else. It looks like there's 3. Anyway, but look at me mumbling to myself. In this one, for example, for this guy, there's 2 really light greys and a dark grey, and there's like 4 different reds in there, believe it or not, plus white and black. So you've got to separate them. You've got to, and I think thread organisers are perfect for these. So thank you. I will be using that for my next mill hill. So that's great. Put that with that. And then she also sent me, what do I do with it? 2 little Christmas needle minders, which I don't have any Christmas needle minders, so they're just tacked onto the letter. So now I have 2 little Christmas needle minders, a little snow globe, and a little Merry Christmas. Needle minders. Cute as anything. Gets pretty exciting from this point on. And it's so exciting I don't even know where to start. Now, even the fact that she put them in these little organza bags. Rachel, look at this. I think these are cotton. Yep, they're cotton. No brand on them, but look at the colours. Look at that. Like really soft greens and like soft pinks and to cream. 2 skeins of that. Beautiful colourway. That's absolutely gorgeous. And then, this is a first for me. Another organza bag. Look at this. What? Holy moly cannoli. 80 metres of silks for you. I've stitched with silks once before on my Alessandro Adelaide flower lace heart, which was a Cascade House silk. Beautiful. I've never had silks for you before. They are so soft. 80 metres of the most beautiful blue. Look at that blue. It's a bit brighter, I think, in real life. I don't know if the colour's going to be right on there, but it's absolutely gorgeous with a really slight variegation in it. It's H0009 is the colour, and 80 metres of that sucker. Look at that. So I've never had silks for you before, 100% silk. So all I know about silks for you is I've been hearing a lot about silks for you on Flosstube and stuff recently, actually. Firstly, I know they're an Australian company. Secondly, I believe that the person who does silks for you used to be involved with Dinky Dyes as well. And they're just great. So isn't it great that we've got an Australian silk dyer like this? Look at that. All of that. And all of this. I'm sorry, but if that's 80 metres, that's a bazillion metres. That's 80 metres. So this is what? 300 metres? I don't even know. And it's silk. I can tell it's silk because it's soft. It doesn't have a name or a colour on it, but who cares? And it's a cornflower blue. I would call that a cornflower blue, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I just want to use it. So it's a whole hank, and I've seen people talk about how you divide up your hank and how you manage it, so I'm going to have to deal with that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Just want to play with it. So she sent me all of that. But if that wasn't enough, she'd been very naughty. The best of naughties. Look at this. I'm sorry, but this is so ridiculously silk of the month. Are you in a thread club? Is that what you're telling me? Don't. Wow. So I'm only looking these up now. October 2017 silk of the month. It's beautiful blues. Look at these. Oh, look at, whoa. She must have been in a silk club. Actually, in a thread club. See, I've heard people been talking about silks for you. You can, as a monthly, like, club thing, subscription thing you can join. So this must be what Rachel's part of. So she gets all these beautiful silks. Well, wow. I'm sorry, I should be showing you all of these. So these ones all seem like they're fairly solid colours. I mean, there's still variation in them because they're clearly, you know, I guess silks for you are hand-dyed. I guess they are. Look at all these. Look at this beautiful, oh my goodness. Oh. I can't believe these are my first Silks for You silks. Some more. They're all like April 2018. Wow. How many do you get? You must get a few because these are all April 2018. Silk of the month, 10 metres. And then there are some more, these ones are a bit more varied, you can see. And then there are some serious rainbow deals going on here, and they're amazing. Look at these. Look at these. Aren't they incredible? I just want to swim in them. They're so soft. So that's going to give me a lot to think about. I'm going to have to think of some really worthy projects to use those on because they're amazing. But that wasn't all that she sent me. She's also sent me these 3 gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous Christmas charts. And I love them all, and I'm going to stitch them all because I really, really like them. This was the first one that I saw in the packet, so I'll show you that one first. So this is Colorous. That's a type of DMC thread, is it? Hang on. So this is a DMC chart. I'm just going to open it. I'm going to investigate. So it's this beautiful Christmas chart, and I just love that. Is the Colorous a type of new DMC? Is it? What's it say? Every 4 colours thread for a beautiful story. Colorous is a multicoloured thread using 4 shades in all one thread. Bright colour burst and blah, blah, blah. Great. Oh, wow. Oh. So that's what it's going to look like. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. But you could really, I wonder if I could use some of the silks that she sent me. Don't know. There's the chart. Nice big colour chart like that. Let's have a look. DMC 6 strand, use 2 strands. 3, 2, 1. Da, da, da. Oh, and then it's got some Colorous. So it uses 3 different of the Colorous colours. So these ones here. Can I show you this? Anyway, it's beautiful. I might play around with some different colours for that one. Christmas time. And then another Christmas one. This is by Jardine Privé. I don't know. Not heard of these people before, but another Christmas chart. Patchwork de Noël. It's a nice, bright, happy one. That's really cute. That's really cute. That'll be really fun to stitch. I like that a lot. You see that? Isn't that sweet as hell? That's lovely. DMC 1, 2, not many colours in it. That'll be easy. And then another one. Go and listen to me mumbling. Merry and Bright, this one's called. It's lovely. Oh, it's a bit shiny. It's just like Christmas. Just like Christmas. May your days be merry. I was about to sing there. That was going to be horrendous. It's really cute. It's got, so this one has pearl cotton. I don't think I'll use any pearl cotton on it. DMC in 3 colours. Weeks Dye Works or DMC equivalent. Oh, they've got that in brackets. Okay, cool. And then buttons. Stitch buttons in place with matching floss. Not pearl. Buttons are available at your local shop. If you'd like us to send you supplies, please give us a call. Well, I'll just work something out. It's got some little, I'll get some Christmassy type buttons or something. Isn't that beautiful? And they'd be pretty easy to stitch up, those ones. So that back on. So, Rachel, thank you, Stitchy friend, for that beautiful gift. Far too generous, but I do love it all. That's really lovely. So thank you so much, Rachel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How do you say thank you to someone who sends you all of that stuff? I guess what you do is you stitch with it all and you enjoy it and you just roll around in it. Maybe that's what you do. Anyway, it's beautiful. So that's where we're at. That's my update for what happened in October, what's going to happen in November. Hopefully by the end of the month I'll have got my floor stand. That'll be exciting. Don't know how long that'll take to arrive, but I'll definitely do a video when that does arrive. And yeah, that's it. That's it for today. I'm going to go do some stitching. Actually, what I might try and do is I might try and frame my Nefertiti and my King Tutankhamun, because I bought some frames from the local, just the reject shop, the dollar shop. I got some good black frames, which I think are going to work. So I might do that for the rest of the afternoon. And if I do, I'll put a video in of showing them completed. So there might be a little more to come after this. Anyway, I'll see you next month. Bye.
Look what I just did. So excited. I've just finished framing. It took me an hour to do, which I was surprised, frankly. I thought it was going to take me a lot longer. But I just started framing these and they're done, and I'm so pleased with them both. They just look awesome. So this is King Tut, who, or Boy King, it's called Tutankhamun, Boy King. And this I stitched, I've spoken about this so many times, but if you watch my first video, I talk about, I show up all my finishes that I already had or whatever. And I stitched this, I don't know, about 1995 or something like that. And I did have it, my mum framed it for me at the time in this old wooden frame, and it looked really good. So I ripped that out. She'd laced the back, so I just took that out, ironed it, and it fit in these frames. And here's Nefertiti, who I finished last month, or might have been September. So yeah, they're both Janlin kits. This is Janlin kits, Queen Nefertiti and Boy King. Oh, sorry, yeah, Boy King. Sorry, I'm getting all mumbly. And now they're all framed and matchy-matchy. So yay. I feel like I've achieved something for today. So that's really exciting. The frames were just cheap ones that I got from the reject shop for, I think they were $9 each. And I've just done the pinning method and voila. I think King Tut's fabric might have faded a bit over time. It looks a bit lighter, but doesn't matter. I think they're a beautiful matching pair. So that's that.